One thing that really bothered me when I was an undergraduate was I hated when you were assigned a reading and you would do the reading and you'd go to lecture and then the lecture was just a summary of the reading. You know, one of the things I study is American culture, and like one of the defining characteristics of this generation is really they're not so much like worried about the search for meaning and things that like earlier generations were, even like people my age. It's really much more about like avoiding boredom. And so you think, well, how can I harness that? And so I guess the thing I try a bunch of different things. The one thing that I've been doing this time, of course, is the clickers, the iClicker thing, and ever since I heard about those, I wanted to use them because it seemed like there were so many possibilities that you could do, and it would be a way to get like really fast feedback. And I think there's just a real sense among students right now that it's fun for them. It's a way for them to sort of express themselves, what they're used to being able to do. You know, it's like polling, which they're used to doing. You know, there's a lot of aspects of it they're used to, and I think that when you manage to sort of successfully, when I've managed to successfully implement that in a course, in a class, then it works really well.
I want you to answer this question. Why do you think genetics are unimportant in the first group, but very important in the second group? Okay, so just take like 2 minutes and talk with your neighbor about that, and I want you, when you come back, I want you to have some ideas.
Like you could easily convey the same points by just like showing, you know, studies or using, you know, data from publicly available surveys. But the nice part about using their own stuff is that there's more of a sense of ownership. Like there's almost a voyeurism. When you hand out points is when students pay attention. And so if you have a midterm and a final, you're going to get a burst of effort before the midterm, you're going to get a burst of effort before the final. So I had always been committed to this idea of sort of that every day should be worth roughly the same number of points, just to sort of generate constant effort. I think actually the students like it, and the learning is better because every time they come to class, they know they've got to be ready or they're toast.
As we get older, our proximity.
The thing that I've noticed this time more than anything else, and this has probably been the highlight of the entire semester for me, was that when you're using their own data, the responses that they have given you, you just see a ton more recognition on their faces. And that's like, I think, especially in a sociology class, that's what you live for, because you want them, because this is not about, it's you're studying like the world that we live in, you know, and so if you can see that they are actually including themselves in that, and you can see like that they really start getting it, like a light is going off where they're like, oh wow. So yeah, I would say, I mean, it's, you know, it's worth it. I mean, I think it's worth taking a risk.